Welcome back to Up the Score podcast. I'm underscore Coach Smith underscore. Today we got a nice, beautiful father figure here today. I want to let him introduce himself. Go ahead, Pops. Coach Pops.
Joe Haynes Sr.
Okay, all right, nice to meet you, Joe, today, man. Today we're going to get in a dive on what you do, who you are, and the reasons behind and what drives you to be the black man you are today, my man. So go ahead, man. Introduce yourself and dive in and talk and tell the people who you are. Who's Joe?
Like I said, I'm Joe Haynes Sr. I'm a truck driver.
Okay.
I coach my son on the side. Well, not just him.
Okay.
I'm a boxing coach.
For sure.
What I do. That's my hobby.
That's the head boxing coach. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But my son is, out of all my fighters, he's the only one competing. He's the only one that's fighting. I just have a lot of people that's in training to start competing.
Okay.
But, it's hard to keep them in the gym right now. It's summertime.
Oh, man.
They don't want to come in. They, out in the streets. But I say fall, they'll be back.
Of course, they always come back.
Yeah, but my son, he's in right now. So, he always been in.
There it is. Then and what gym are you coaching out of right now?
Lasky Recreation.
Lasky Recreation. Okay, nice. And where's that located at?
It's in Hamtramck, east side of Detroit, but borderline Detroit. It's really Hamtramck, but it depends. Sometimes they say Detroit, Hamtramck.
Hey, hey,
borderline.
Y'all take that serious up here. Nah, I'm right here on the court. I'm right here in Detroit. Nah, bro. You are in Redford, man. Yeah, you in Southfield, man.
It's Detroit. It's East Detroit.
For sure.
Hamtramck. Yeah.
Okay, nice. And now how many kids do you really serve out there? If you can put it on top of your head, how many kids have you served? And
6.
Okay.
I'm training 6 at this time, but like I say, it's hard to keep them in right now. But my son, he comes to the gym. Okay,
let's talk about your son a little bit now. What's his name? What's his age? And what class is he and all that? And what's his weight class?
Joe Haynes Jr. He's he fight at 125. He's 18 years old. He's been boxing since 2015.
Okay.
Yep, that's when he started amateur boxing. But I've been training him ever since he was about 2. Since he started walking.
Nice.
Training.
Oh, yeah. That's love, man. Like I said, it's like we were just talking about off air, just that development of how they grow. You know what I'm saying? My son be 3 in a couple, in a couple weeks now. And just watching that development from, my son at 3, your son at 18, and the love and passion that you have behind just that you have with teaching and molding your young man is amazing, man. Like I said, this world needs more people. And not just more people, but more fathers and more other men that don't really have children to step into these young men's life. Like you said, you want them to be in the gym, but they out of the streets. They're going to be back. You know what I'm saying? Because, once you get that first taste of whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's like a drug, man.
Right.
But, so.
And it be that sometimes it be the blood. Your blood, though. Once you taste the blood, but when they say that, sometimes they don't be knowing that it's just going to be your blood you're tasting. And once you get a taste of it, it's hard to, if you do leave, you going to come back.
You going to come back. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love it. I love it. Yeah. So, man, let's dive into, the balance of fatherhood and being that coach. Like, I know with boxing it's probably totally different from like coaching football and basketball and baseball and stuff like that, but really teaching your son how to not really compete in fighting, but also fight in life. So what's that balance like, with that coach and father life?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough because, he just turned 18, so he's a man now. I have to treat him like a man.
For sure.
And also, I'm his coach, so it's rough. But I'm up for it. I've been doing it ever since 2015, like I said, I fought I'm a former professional boxer.
Man, you didn't get into all that, man. I said get into it. Man, we got to talk about that,
man. I turned pro in 2000. I fought all the way up into 2014.
Okay.
Had my last fight at the age of 40. I won. And then he always wanted to box, so I'm like, I'm through with it.
I like this plan B.
You to start, passing the torch to you. He was 10. Well, I was like, when you turn 10, we going to the gym. And he was ready. He always wanted to go. He always tell me, like, I'm ready, when we gonna go? And I'm like, we gonna go. And once I started, we haven't stopped.
Now, talk about the culture of boxing in Detroit, in the city of Detroit, in Michigan. What's the culture like? Well, like I said, from Kentucky, you even said it was like, man, there's any fighters out there? Oh yeah, there's a lot of fighters that come out of. It's not just Muhammad Ali, you know what I'm saying? We got Juicy Duncan, you know what I'm saying? I can go on and on, but what's that culture of youth boxing like in Detroit, and what can National Youth Sports Group and Up the Score podcast do to light that thing back up?
Okay, well, right now it's wide open. It's up. It's
Up the Score.
It's a lot of gyms. It's a lot of active kids. It's a lot of people participating in amateur boxing right now.
Nice.
In Detroit, East Side, West Side, Dearborn. It's a whole lot of gyms right now, and you got the West Side with Tony Harrison and his gym, Super Bad. They doing real good with their amateur program. And Kronk,
I heard about Kronk.
That used to be Detroit.
I heard.
Now, excuse me, it's in Wayne.
Okay.
The former gym was Norwayne, but now it's Kronk. So Kronk moved out that way. Lasky is where we at, and actually, my son won the Golden Gloves this year.
Oh.
And he beat a guy from Kronk at
we gotta get those highlights,
downtown
man.
In Eastern Market. So it's doing good. Amateur boxing is doing good. We have some real good national champions that's from here, amateur.
Nice.
Little KK won, Thomas, he another one. And we also have a female that's real good, and she's from Tony Harrison's gym. I can't think of her name, but it's a lot of talent and a lot of good amateur fighters here right now.
Listen, and I want to tap into that. I need to tap in. It's time to put these kids on a high pedestal, man. It's time for the adults to move out the way. It's time for them to put these lights on them and let's put on a show. You know what I'm saying? Like I have a history in, putting on shows, and once we get off of air, I'm gonna show you the shows and how it was set up. The smoke, the lights, the DJ, the live stream, the build up to the fight. You know what I'm saying? Weigh in events and all that stuff. So listen, man, we ready to up the score, man. We ready to bridge gaps. We ready to cater to these youth the right way, and it's time for those gatekeepers to move out the way.
All right, sounds good.
And that's it. And I appreciate you, Joe, coming on Up the Score podcast today. Enlightening us with your history and your wealth of boxing and what you do for your son, what you do for the community. And I'm here to give you your flowers now. Where do people find you at? And where can they connect with you?
You can connect with me on Instagram, Coach Joe Haynes, and you can also connect with me on YouTube, Joe Haynes Boxing.
Okay, there we go. Up the Score.
Better check the boy up. Let's go. It's up the Score. On the scene, Urban Feats, man. We appreciate it. It's the Urban Feats of Faith. I always get it wrong, man. Urban Fates, man. That man gonna give me for that. But we here, man, with another special guest. My boy Steph just interviewed the Pops, man, the senior.
Yeah.
But we got, go ahead, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
So Joe Haynes Jr. on here. I'm a amateur boxing, upcoming boxer. So yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna act like I ain't see you grow up. I'm gonna act like I ain't know your daddy before you was even here. I'm gonna act like I ain't know your dad when he was your age. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna act like all that's not even.
Yeah.
So tell me about. Let's start from the background of it. What really sparked your interest outside of your dad being a professional boxer? What was the turning point for you to make you really want to get into boxing, man?
Man, I really don't know, cause the age I wanted to start boxing, I ever picked up some gloves, I was 2 years old. That's real young age to know what you was doing. But I don't know why. I came out the room, my pops told me this story once I got older. He said, I went in the room, everybody was talking, all the grown-ups. I done went in the room, came out the room, 2 gloves on the right way, all that. So, yeah.
It was up from there.
Yeah.
Okay, so knowing that, it just instinctively was in your blood, did it, as you were growing up, did it, because I don't know how the box world go. Was you looking for fights a little bit as a young, like, I want to just blow somebody,
No,
so how did it go?
When I was growing up, I ain't really get into too much fighting and all that. Too many altercations. I ain't really get into too much. I was a good kid for real growing up. I did get into some fights, but it really wasn't me starting them on that. I just finished. That's what I would say.
I like that. So you transitioned into boxing. So when did it actually? Actually, your dad covered it, but when did it actually hit the floor for you to actually get in the gym? And how did that go?
I'd say 10 years old when I started actually training consistently. It was like, really, I just started going to the gym, and getting in there with different people. Once I first started sparring, it was hard, I ain't gonna lie. But I never did bad for something like.
Okay. So how many fights have you had?
I have 23 fights so far.
Okay. Let's talk about that first fight. What happened with the first fight? How did it go? Was it win, loss? What was the flavor? What was you thinking before the fight? How was all that?
My first fight, it was a win. It went to distance, so it was like 1-0 knockout.
A knockout?
It wasn't. It went to distance. I went 3 rounds. It was just a normal fight. I think I was like 10 or 11.
Okay. So 23 fights. So at this to date, which fight is the one that really sticks out the most for you?
I'm probably have to say my most recent fight, cause that's my fight. I got my first knockout.
Okay. When you beat the Golden Glove guy?
Yeah.
Woo! Talk about it. Let's talk about it.
That was in April. The fight lasted like 43 seconds. That's what they
Hold
said.
on, bruh. Hold up, bruh.
43 seconds, yeah.
Hold on, bruh. Like, in the first round?
First round, knockout.
That's like 4 punches, right?
Nah, it was a lot of punches, for real. I was punching fast.
For real?
Hit him with like 13-piece combo in the corner.
Whoa.
That was one knockdown. Caught him with a 3-piece, Yeah.
And I was supposed to come to that fight, but I was actually booked somewhere else.
Damn.
So I think your dad somebody was live. So I tuned in right when he knocked him out.
Yeah, you see,
I'm like, it ain't even started, because I looked and they say first round, and then my man was lifting the camera up, and they was like, it's over. I'm like,
yeah.
So you knocked him out 43 seconds. Did you? Okay, I don't know. So when you were training for the fight, did you know the fighter, or you just went in kind of like blind with it and just? So how did that go?
I did know that fight. I knew that fighter. I fought him before when we was younger. I don't know when.
Did you win that one?
Yeah, I fought him and I won. I beat him before. He a little scared of me. I ain't gonna say that, but he was a little scared of me. I feel like.
Well, we'll give him a little publicity. What's the loser's? I mean, what's the fighter's name? It don't even matter, because we gon' so we put it like this. When it comes to the footage of your work, Is it on air, or are you how y'all gonna be uploading it, or how would people be able to just see some of the fights? Because it was a lot of fights I wanted to come to, but I couldn't because I was booked. So
I got a lot of my fights already up. Some of them already up on my dad YouTube channel.
okay.
And I still got some of my fights that's not up, that's waiting to be uploaded.
Okay.
You know, I don't really want to upload a lot of my stuff on there because give people
They get
stuff
to
they can
chime
study
in.
me. You know, they can study my fights and see how they can fight me. I don't really.
Oh, so that's a real thing. Because I always wonder in the boxing world, I'm like, why don't boxers be? But that's why, because if you have a style, so are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay.
Right-handed.
So because if you have a style, it make it easier for them to kind of counter and stuff. Okay, I get it. So what's a regular training day? How long is a regular training day?
Probably like an hour and a half.
And what does it consist of?
Probably you get in there, do a little loosen up, warm up, probably do some jumping jacks, push up, jumping jack. Then you hop in the ring, move around, shadow box. Then you get on the bag, do a couple rounds, jump rope. It's really the same stuff over and over again.
Right.
Get your body conditioned for it, ready.
Right. Okay. So has this, you've been fighting since you was 10, you're 18 now. Graduated from what school?
Harper Woods.
Okay. Has any of your friends really jumped behind you and been encouraging you to continue fighting and stuff like that?
Yeah, one of my friends. His name Arrow. He big. He play football. You know Aaron?
Yeah.
Aaron, yeah. He didn't start boxing too.
For real?
A little minute. Yeah, he's one of my mans, my main man. Start boxing.
So you becoming an inspiration out here. Is that what you saying?
Something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. So as far as inspiration, who are some of the fighters, professional or in the world of boxing, that outside of your dad, because I already know that's inspiration. Who are some of the fighters that influence you or you're inspired by?
I'd say one Floyd, Tank, Javante, probably Shakur, and Terrence. There's really a lot of fighters I like, and one of them I mirror my style to.
Okay. So did you see that last fight with Spence and Bud?
Yeah.
Before, what was your thought process before the fight? What was you thinking? Who you thought was gonna win?
I said Bud was gonna win the whole time. I really thought he was gonna get him in the 7th round. That was my prediction. But
What round was it that he?
I forgot. I think it was like 8 or 9.
Okay. So training with your dad, how is he? What type of trainer is he? Is he like a hardcore trainer, or what's his style of training like for you?
He hardcore. He want everything perfect. That's what I was saying. He gonna be on you too. If you don't do it right, he gonna stay on you. Gotta do it right.
Well, I think it amounted to something. You knock somebody out in 43 seconds.
Yeah.
I think it's working. Golly, I'm gonna have to see that. I'm gonna have to go see that 43 seconds because I didn't see it because you did it so fast.
Yeah.
So fast. So in the boxing world, do you think that, you're 18, do you feel like this is something that you want to do and continue to do as a career, or is it just something that you love to do at this time, or how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, I love boxing. I feel like I'll continue boxing in the future.
I see it too. Because I need to catch the next one. 'Cause if you're knocking guys out 43 seconds, bro, come on, man. So I'm just amazed at that. I mean, because this was You was 18 when or whatever age you was.
I was 17. I just turned 18 before the fight even happened.
Golly, bro. You said my man was a little scared.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, that's phenomenal. So like, how does it make you feel to know that you know that your dad's supporting you, and does the rest of the family support you, or how does that go? Because I know in sports, like when I grew up playing sports, I seen few of my family members there, but then once they seen I was good, it was everybody there. So how does the family feel about your boxing?
The family, they really support me with this boxing. They feel like I can do it, and I feel like I can do it. So I don't feel like I'm gonna never stop, and support only getting stronger. Everybody family love me.
Right. So 23 fights. What's the actual record out of that 23?
I won 15 fights out of that 23.
Okay.
So that's how many?
15 and
8 losses.
Okay. Which one of them losses really made you, you know, kind of level up or up the score? Shameless plug right there.
It was probably both of the 2 losses. It was. They was both in the nationals. I ain't win a national yet.
Oh well, see, you lost the nationals. And how does that go getting to the nationals? What has to happen for you to qualify for nationals?
You have to win the state, the region. That's everybody in your weight class.
Okay.
In the state and in the region. So that's yeah.
Okay. So you cruise through the state. Okay.
I did that. Lost in the national. I think they had me in like 3rd rank at 80 pounds. I was top 3 in the whole country.
At that time or right now?
At that time. That was like 2017, 2016.
Okay. So there's a ranking. Okay, so do you know your ranking now or?
No, I'm unranked right now.
Oh, because it's a different, you're in a different age and different weight class and stuff, right?
Yeah, I got to get back in the tournament.
Okay. Oh, so you have to participate in the tournament
to get ranked.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So because you were telling me you can do fights, but the tournament fights is the ones that get you ranked.
National tournament fights.
Okay. So what you feel like is the like what you feel like the next step or the next fight? How you feel like that's gonna go? Like, how do you schedule them, so to speak? How do you schedule your fights? Do people call you, or is it a management thing? So how does that go? You pick the fighters?
Nah, it's like it's really a weight class thing. So you really fighting anybody at your weight class. You don't got a choice or nothing. And how the fight happens is usually somebody running the fight, and they match make fights, like, so they having a tournament this date. Mm-hmm. So they gonna have a matchmaker make all them fights for that fight. That's why sometimes you fight the same people sometimes.
Okay.
Cause you gotta fight them because they in your weight class. That's how it works.
So is it like in the youth sport boxing world? Is it like a Don King? I mean, like a Don King of the youth sports?
Nah,
right now? It ain't.
It is.
It is. Somebody got to promote on lock a little bit.
It is. I could say Lil KK.
Lil KK.
Yeah, he out of Detroit.
And he top promoter right now?
Yeah, Khalil Harvey. That's his name. He got like 17 national championships. 17 though. Yeah.
Because I'm wondering, I don't know if you would know, because, you know, Don King, like, was he a boxer before he was doing the promoting stuff? Do you know? Or he just jumped into the promoting side?
I don't really know about that.
Okay, because I feel like that's something, I ain't never boxed before, but I feel like knowing that you knocking people out in 43 seconds, I feel like I could promote that like crazy, bro. So I might have to talk to management, man. I might have to talk to management because I might have to promote 43 seconds, bro. 43, that ain't even a whole minute. Come on, bro. You threw him a 13-piece combo. Yeah, I'm promoting that. I'm getting in promotions. I'm getting the up the scope promotions coming in. You hearing it live right now because we gonna be at your next fight. So when you schedule your next fight, man, can we come and show some love, man? Can Up the Scope podcast come and show some love at your next
Most
fight?
definitely. Most definitely.
Okay. Well, can we come and watch you train a little bit? Can we get a little bit of that footage? Okay, CJ, we already put him on the spot. He said yeah, so he ain't no way around it. So like, and we'll wrap up. It ain't got to be no long interview because we gonna be on you anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what was the longest fight that you ever had? Like, I mean, do you go 12 rounds or how does that go?
Nah, it's just 3 rounds.
Okay.
Sparring session, I done went elites like good 8 in the sparring, 8 straight. Yeah, sparring it get real in sparring.
Have you ever knocked anybody out in the sparring or?
Nah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah, because y'all have on the helmets and stuff
We
like
having
that.
them on at the fights too.
Oh, right, because
out in sparring though.
So when do the helmets come off?
Pro, when you turn pro, that's when they come all the way up.
Okay.
On every fight.
Now, have you met any of your inspirations before in real life? Okay, we're gonna have to see what we can do, man. Because I know, the more you able to do these type of things, interview and getting more into the atmosphere, it inspires you more. So we definitely gonna see if we can put you in talks with some of the professionals, man. I'm pretty sure. And Steph was doing a lot of boxing stuff back in his hometown. So I know he knows some people. So we're gonna definitely see what we can do, man. Because you're on your way with 43-second knockouts. You're on your way. I think you should get that on the shirt. Yeah. Like I knocked him out in 43 seconds. That might. So how would if people wanted to, like, cause everybody gonna see this, and you might have some contenders now or something like that want to test that 43 seconds. Yeah. How would they get in touch with you, or how would they get in touch to try to book you for a fight?
They can follow me on Instagram at famous_JO3, or follow my pops pages. His YouTube, Joe Haynes.
Okay. So, man, we definitely want to give a big shout out to you and your dad, man, for letting us do a little expose on y'all, man. And I'm gonna definitely see if we can link you up with Postglow. Postglow is one of our sponsors, and they do basically like a poster board, and it will have your image on there and some creative paragraphs. Probably gonna have it'll probably have 43-second knockout, like across the, just have it all blew up or whatever the case. We probably can even get a picture of my man on the ground. You know what I'm saying? But what it does is it's able to highlight your career thus far, and it gives people an understanding that you really here to say. You know how they have plaques on the wall and stuff like that. It's basically like a plaque. You know what I mean? Just to celebrate your accomplishments, man. Because I know you got plenty more to come. Yeah. I know you got plenty more to come. So we definitely gonna get back with you on it, man. And we're gonna be keeping up with you, man. Especially, and then we're gonna see as far as what type of plugs we can bring your way. We work with a few people. We work with the Assist. You might want to have a meet and greet or something. We can add Urban Freights to it. You know what I mean? So when we do what we do, man, our thought process is we trying to connect everybody and build the resources for the youth. Even though you're transitioning from youth to man, but we caught you right at the beginning of that next level, man. So big shout out to you. You got any shout outs, man? Any shout outs you want to give out before we go, man?
Shout out to my mama being cancer. Shout out to her.
She did, and I actually knew that.
Yeah.
Big shout out to moms, man. Big shout out to moms. Congratulations on that. That means you a fighter. Like what I did there. See what I did right there? So, man, big shout out to you, man. All right. Appreciate you for coming on. Up the Skull will be following Young Joe. And we out.